Sup, bro?
What's up, bro?
And welcome everybody to the show. This is Peliculas with the Bros. My name is Adrian.
My name is Ivan.
And Peliculas with the Bros is a show where me and my brother Ivan discuss a movie every week. We discuss a new movie. Ivan, what's the movie of the week?
Scream 6.
Scream 6, directed by Matt Bettinelli Open and Tyler Gillett. Or Tyler Gillette. I don't know how to pronounce it. But before we get into that, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Like I said, this is a podcast, a show where me and my brother Ivan... Oh, God. He got me. Where we talk about a movie. Every week we talk about a new movie. So if you're into two guys, right?
Yeah.
Two guys talking about movies, you're in the right place. So hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. You can find us on any podcast platform. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. I was going to say Spotify.
Spreaker,
Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to your podcast of choice, we're there. Peliculas with the Bros. We're also on YouTube. Look us up there. Peliculas with the Bros. And before we get into the movie Scream 6, let us know what you think about the movie Scream 6. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Were you scared? Did you laugh? We have our own opinions. What do you think? Is that a good intro?
Yeah.
All right. Ivan, look around you. These are our new digs. I've been booted from that other room we were in, and now we're in a more man cave-like area.
Yeah. I feel like it should be darker. I think
Dim these guys?
yeah.
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. Ivan, are you ready to don that mask one more time?
Yeah.
Ghost face killer!
Is
You
that
know
where
what?
it's from?
What?
The rapper's name?
No, because Screams, the first one was in 1996, and he
Huh.
came out in like 1992. One.
So it was a movie. Or
Yeah.
The movie's based on him?
Maybe. Or maybe, oh, but now you're making me think, is Ghostface Killer the mask even before Scream and even before the real Ghostface Killer? Shout out to all my Wu-Tang fans. Ivan, Scream 6, written by James Vanderbilt and Guy Busick, directed by Matt Bettinelli Open and Tyler Gillett, or Gillette, I'm not sure. The premise of this movie. So 1 year after the events in Scream 5, sisters Sam and Tara are trying to live their lives after surviving the killing spree of Sam's ex-boyfriend, Richie. Normalcy is never within reach for the sisters, though, as a new Ghostface is looking to kill Sam and Tara. Now, with the help of the fellow survivors of the Middlesbrough killings and some legacy characters, hint, hint, the sisters will try to defeat their Ghostface by any means necessary. Ivan, with the cast of Roger L. Jackson as the voice of Ghostface, I think that's important to say in the very beginning. The voice of Ghostface, because the voice is completely different from everything else. Roger L. Jackson, shout out to him. I think he is Mojo Jojo in Powerpuff Girls.
Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo. Melissa Barrera as Sam Carpenter. Jenna Ortega, as Tara Carpenter. Our girl Hayden Panettiere as Kirby Reed. Kirby Cox as Gail Weathers. Jasmine Savoy Brown as Mindy Meeks Martin. We have Mason Gooding as Chad Meeks Martin. Jack Champion as Ethan Landry. Who else we have here? We could talk about them later. Anyways, the director, Ivan, is Matt Bettinelli and Tyler Gillette. I'll call them Open and Gillette for now. They are part of a collective called the Radio Silence Collective.
Oh my god.
I told you this last time. It does sound kind of really corny, but what can we do, Ivan? They're basically friends who make horror films together, right?
Okay.
And these two have made movies. So in this collective, there's like 5 people or whatever. And these two guys have made movies together, primarily. The movies that they've made are Devil's Due, Ready or Not, Scream 5, which was the last one, and now this one, Scream 6. They also made they're part of a anthology movie called VHS, which has like 6 movies already, and it's a horror anthology. Their style, I'm lying. I saw Ready or Not.
Okay.
Have you heard of Ready or Not? He saw it. It's a good movie. I liked it, but their style is found footage,
Hmm.
primarily their beginning films, but they also blend horror and black comedy and a little bit of satire thrown in to
Oh, a little,
whet your appetite
a wee bit.
a wee bit. Um, Other than that, I don't really know about them because I saw Ready or Not, but I wasn't aware that who they were at all. But now I'm aware of them. Shout out to them. I think they're gonna make a bunch of movies.
Jeez.
In the future, we'll see how that goes. But Ivan, the Scream franchise, we're here for Scream 6, the sixth movie in a franchise.
Yeah.
It's big, big stuff. As T.I. would say, big shit poppin'. And this movie is big shit because this is the sixth movie. The first one was a huge film for pop culture.
Yes.
Did you know that?
Yes.
Wow. How? Why? How?
I like to thank God.
For Scream?
Yes.
You think if there was a God, he would allow for Scream to be made?
I think if there wasn't a God, Scream wouldn't be made.
Freak, man. Just blew my mind. Yeah. This movie was big in pop culture when it was first released in 1996. Scary movie. I think the whole franchise owes like a debt to the Scream franchise, and it's always been a slasher film that's been aware of its history and kind of meta. I think that's what made it so popular back in the day. As a kid, though, this was released in 1996, the first film, and I didn't know any of that. I was 6 years old. You weren't even born. But I remember seeing this film, not this film, Scream, on TV, and just thinking that it looked cool, and it looked
scary.
Not scary, but just like different from the typical horror film, like a slick. What's that word?
Streamlined?
Like a sheen. Had like a sheen of wax on it.
Okay.
That's to say that it looked just different from other horror films. What else do I have here? As far as the last Scream, though, Scream 5.
I've never seen it.
Never seen it either. And when all the hullabaloo came out that they were making, I was like, I don't really care. But I think that was in a period where it was like my highbrow period of my film watching, where I'm like, I only watch the best of the best.
Tarantino.
Scorsese. Women talking. But I think lately I've been changing that. Like, I don't want to just...
You're growing up.
I see the need to watch dumb things.
You're growing up.
Sure.
You got a kid on the way.
Some might say it could come right now.
Nah.
We should have like a fire pole and just come down as like part of the show.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
I mean...
Yeah, it might break and all the pee comes out.
Okay.
So yeah, how about you? Scream franchise. Any kind of connection to it at all? Have you watched any of the other films?
No, I never liked horror. And I always saw Scream as like the most basic horror franchise ever.
But
like
you never
simple.
But you never watched it, right?
No. But like
from the outside looking in?
Yeah, like he has a mask and he just stabs people. All right.
Right.
Next.
It is interesting too, cuz like I knew it was kind of meta when I was like 20 years old. But by that time Scream 4 was coming out, and that was kind of poorly rated, and at that time also the franchise was going down. The first like 2 Screams were really well regarded because of how they kind of made fun of the genre while being part of the genre. And then like all films or all things that are IP, they stagnate and become what they didn't want to be. And I think that's what happened with Scream up until 4. But yeah, you were -1 years old when the movie came out.
That's scary.
But if you think about it, the first Scream, the best age to watch that would be like you're 20 years old, right?
Yeah.
20 years old and you're in 1996.
Yeah.
because that's when it would really hit you.
Yeah.
And that's when you would be aware of the culture and all that kind of stuff. For this movie, Evan, we'd like to look at the sausage and see how it was made. So bust open that sausage bratwurst, because we're about to look at the innards. The success of Scream 5 immediately greenlit this movie.
Wow.
Returning directors and writers all
Mhm.
signed up. Even returning cast. Except Neve Campbell.
Who the hell is that?
She was in all the other Screams. And she was the main protagonist.
Screamette.
Screamette, as they say.
Yeah.
But why didn't she return? Compensation. She wanted more money.
A little money hungry.
Well, think about it.
I did.
Okay. Moving on. If you're the thing with Neve Campbell, I think it's Neve, right? Neve.
I think she was a Mad Men.
She was. I have that as a note, and you ruined it. She
I'm
was
so good.
Lee Cabot, the
She
wife
was on the plane.
wife on a plane.
I am good.
I mean, you watched the films, the show 7
Yeah,
times.
but look, to not even know who she is, really?
How'd you do it?
Because I remember a while back I looked up the reason why she was the reason for that scene
Yes.
of Dawn talking to her,
Uh-huh.
and I looked up and apparently she was like a famous actress. And then when you said Neve Campbell, I was like, I know that name.
Oh, you read it.
Yeah, and then in the very, very back, I'm probably read like was in Scream franchise for this one. So like the biggest pull from the deepest part of my head.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I appreciate that. I like that actually. Thanks for ruining it for that purpose.
Yes.
It was really good. The reason this is kind of interesting because she's in a particular situation where she's not like a world-renowned actress.
Mm-hmm.
She really is known for this Scream franchise and helped build it in a way where it's like if you're the main actor for every one of the films or one of the main actors, you would assume that your character is extremely important to the success of the film series, right?
Right.
And being being an actor and not being, or more so, being a person and not being compensated what you think you should be compensated is valid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but it's also
or-
like
However,
I'm trying to say this the nice way because like she's not an extremely talented, well sought after actress, right? So that being said, like she needs to make money when she can.
yes.
And this movie's making more than enough money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Throw her another milli. Why not?
Right. But
I would say if it's like a Will Smith when you're getting 20 and you want, no, give me 25 or else I'm not in it.
yeah, but like I would just do it. Like what else am I looking forward to? Like
But isn't that unfair?
I think at this point she has to have at least like 2 million stored, which is all you need.
Oh, Ivan's doing that thing again. He's doing that thing.
It's my trump card.
He's assuming that everyone likes to live in 300 square foot room with tuna cans stacked up on the ceiling in a most efficient way. He thinks he's Japanese, basically.
You know, side note.
Okay.
Do you know Mr. Beast? Know of?
Yes. Don't tell me he does that.
He did like a house tour, and it's like, look, like this big, like, it's not big, right?
So only like 2 people can walk
He
straight.
has a bed, a little bathroom with the shower and everything, a kitchen, and then a little yoga mat for exercises. That's all he has.
When is the
It's like a dorm.
what?
A dorm, pretty much.
When is the expose gonna come out showing why he's like the worst person in the world? Because he can't be this.
I think he's just gaming it like very well. Like YouTube, like he gets so much money from that and then does not keep any of it. Like really, really uses it out.
Right. He keeps using it for his videos.
Where like I think like a Gary V would probably invest it in something like for himself or something like a Kickstarter sort of thing.
Right. Someone else wouldn't use the money to make more videos. Someone would be like, let's make a different company that could
Yeah.
make more money.
But he's like, this is kind of fun, so I'm gonna just spend everything on videos, like literally everything.
I need to listen to the Joe Rogan interview he did, because I think he went on and
Did talk about that?
I'm sure he did.
I mean, I don't really like him. Like I've seen videos.
Oh yeah, it's for kiddos, right?
No, I mean like just his personality.
Oh,
I hate him. I don't know. Something about him. I don't really. I wouldn't vibe with him.
okay, that's fine. Ivan, your excitement / expectation for this film?
Not very excited.
Me neither. But I did hype myself up as we got closer because I am the host of this podcast and someone has to be excited. But I was expecting like a solid slasher film.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of forgot like that Scream is supposed to be meta until we were watching it.
Mm-hmm.
But what was your expectation?
I thought with the meta, I'd go into it enjoying it a lot. Like knowing it's self-aware, knowing like the tropes.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it'd be like, oh, something new.
Okay, gotcha. Don't say anything else. So what'd you think? What'd you think of Scream 6?
It's good.
Oh, grimacing. He's grimacing, people. It's hurting. It's hurting. He's going to poop. I loved it. He's dead. He just passed away on the mic. I loved Scream 6. Why did you think it was good, Ivan? But it hurt you. It hurt you to say it was good. Wait. Before you say that, give your spiel about like what's your issue with horror films. 'Cause I think that's important. Like preamble.
I think just taste wise, I don't really want to watch a movie where I feel anxious over somebody that's gonna kill me, like that sort of thing. Like I like horror where it's like Midsommar, like a Silence of the Lambs sort of thing, where like it's scary because you don't really understand what's going on.
Mental.
Yeah. Like
Yes,
I like,
psychological.
or like
almost.
thriller, I guess, is
Okay.
a better way. But what was the question? Why don't I like horror?
Yeah.
I think that's just preference, but if I was being objective,
Is the peak getting to you?
hold on, no,
Okay.
I was legitimately
Processing.
Yeah.
CPU.
If I'm being objective, I think a lot of like slasher and then like any other like spin off from that, it could be like just a ghost or an entity or whatever where they run, hide, they think they're safe, music stops, and then bam, they get hit. Like any horror that does that genre of scaring people, I don't like. I don't really agree with anymore.
But do you can I ask you then, if I may so ask?
Mm-hmm.
And I hope you like this question.
I'll tell you if I like this question.
Are you okay with superhero movies, comic book movies that have an equally predictable premise, plot, conflict / resolution?
Yeah.
Do you like that kind of thing?
Great question, by the way. I've been thinking about it.
All right.
Glad
Glad you've been thinking about it.
with the Oscars. I've been just thinking about like
I just thought about like when you said the Oscars. I just imagined a family of like guys called Oscars.
with the Oscars.
With the Oscars over
neighbors
here.
next door. I was talking to the Oscars.
Yeah.
Great people.
Yep.
Mexican.
Mexican Oscars.
Great. Superheroes.
Yes.
I think just I still like it, but I'm seeing how bad, like how flagrant Marvel is with just like what they're doing.
Yep.
Like there's absolutely nothing in them anymore. Like after Endgame, it's just You get the actors, you get the script, you get the CGI team, you put it
Mm-hmm.
together, put it through the formula, turn it out, you have the Marvel super movie. But if it's like DC, not all DC, but some of the better DC stuff, those feel like,
Poignant.
yeah, like they're still
They're still trying to say something.
they're their own thing, even if it's like.
You think even Shazam's gonna be like that?
I think that one gets a pass because it's really, really meant for kids.
Okay,
Like
fair.
it's meant so like, oh, I'm a kid, I could be that superhero with if I say Shazam. So that's like that one should be cookie cutter, go right for the like
Jugular.
Marvel vein sort of
Gotcha.
thing. But like Batman shouldn't. Like if they did that to Batman, that'd be bad. Like what else is there?
So, is your issue more with Marvel than DC? It sounds like it's not so much superheroes or comic books. It's more specifically Marvel is messing
Yeah.
with my brain right now.
Yeah, so like I'm not liking Marvel in the same way I'm not liking
Horror
this,
films.
yeah, horror genre where it's they run, hide, they think they're safe, music cuts, they get stabbed, music comes back.
What do you think is like the most basic Marvel movie that has come out recently that is equivalent to like the slasher genre?
I think Ant-Man was it.
It was, huh? It was kind of like, yeah, it was. Holy
Like
shit.
the first two were kind of its own thing, but this was straight up like they're happy something bad happens. They have to figure out how to get out. Also learn a lesson by the end.
God damn it.
And then the bad guy fights the good guy on a 1v1 fight.
I think it's just, it was fun the first go around, but now we want something more.
Yeah.
And I think back to this film, and you're going to say why you liked it or what you think was good about it and what was bad, but it is a film that is different
Mm-hmm.
than the typical slasher film. So, Ivan, what you think about this movie? Why was it good?
I think even if I don't really agree with it,
Mm-hmm.
it still was well made. Like it did what it attempted to execute something and then did it.
Yes.
Not perfectly because nobody can,
Right.
but it did it and then it was still self-aware. But now like I'm at the point where I don't want self-aware anymore. Like it's getting kind of gross.
Gotcha.
Because I was watching, like, there's that scene where they're like explaining, like, you're the slut. You're prime for this. You're
Yes.
the awkward nerdy kid. We think you're safe with you.
They're
Actually,
the scene is basically them trying to deduce who the killer is
Mhm.
and what's gonna happen next, and they're out loud speaking as if
but like from a film buff perspective.
yeah, they're like, currently we're in this part of the movie, and in this part
Yeah.
there's this going on, so we have to watch out for this. So it's very self-aware
Yeah.
and kind of a satire in itself right there.
Yeah.
And that you didn't like because what?
I didn't like it because it felt like imagine someone's like, I know this is bad. Like this is what they're saying.
Right.
I know this is bad, but I'm gonna really slap you in the face. And then you're like, okay. And they go, like that was pretty bad, huh? That them still saying that.
Uh-huh.
That's what it felt like with this. Like they're telling us all these obvious things that like make the horror franchise kind of
Are you saying they were trying to be too cute?
a little bit like at a point it's not even you're telling a story anymore. You're just being a little cute,
I like that take. Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But it's also preference. Like
Yeah.
people could like meta, so I'm not gonna say it was bad because of that. It's
Right.
just-
That is a preference thing, but yeah, it's good that you say it. That doesn't make it bad. It's just something that you don't like,
yeah.
something you don't enjoy. I think you hit the nail on the head also when you said like it tells the story that it wants to tell and it just does it
Mm.
and it does it well. even though it's not the like most elaborate or whatever kind of story, but it does do that, and it's just stupid fun.
Mm-hmm.
The stabbing in this movie, all the deaths are really brutal and detailed. Like they show.
I think they should have like the last stabbing like a minute, just like.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, that was so good. There's one where she was like, "Pa, pa, 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 pa."
Yeah.
The characters, like you said, the story was well told how they wanted to tell. The characters, even though they were stereotypical, they were still kind of fleshed out. Like the sisters of Sam and Tara, they're believable as sisters,
Yeah.
and you can see how like one's like the aggressive one and the one that wants to protect, and the other one's just like the small one that just wants to have fun, right? They're all stereotypical, but it sets it up and it does it nicely. Even the returning cast, even though like some of them I'm not too aware of who they are, you can kind of get the idea of who they are just by how the story is told.
I didn't know this was a sequel to like.
The fifth one?
Yeah, I thought it was just like another one.
Right. I was kind of aware of that because I remember those girls in the trailers previously, but yeah, this movie has like a shitload of characters, and it still manages to put them in and make it work. And I think it's because like part of it is you're always wondering who the Ghostface is, so having a bunch of characters makes it kind of fun. Like it could be that person, it could be this person, right? Yeah, and then obviously the Scream franchise, known for the meta-ness, the satire, and like you said, there's like that large chunk of the movie where they were trying to deduce who the Ghostface is and speaking out loud, like they're talking about IP, they're talking about like legacy characters, like oh they bring out legacy characters because people know that fans like them and they draw viewers, and I did, unlike you, I did like that part, just. Even though it is extremely trying to be extremely cute.
I think it's technically good, but like I just had the epiphany when I was watching it. Like they're admitting all these like bad things about it and still doing it. Like
right.
Why don't we just not and then make new things? And I know that the logic is because people won't watch the new things. They want the IPs, and that's like a whole nother issue.
Right.
Like, kill those people or something.
I think a movie that did it more to your liking is Matrix Resurrections.
Yeah.
Because they were doing that, but like they never explicitly said like, oh, we're in the. They were just doing everything behind the plot, guys.
Yes.
But you really had to look into it to understand what they were trying to say.
Yeah. Because I think with that, you could have either taken it as is or as the metaphor, and it would have been good either way. But this one is like, you better look at this metaphor right now.
I feel like in that sense, it's kind of, it has to be like this because this is made for more of the common folk, right?
Yeah.
Where Resurrections is more for like the nerdy guys, the brainier people. This one is like just the middle of the road. Like, oh, they need to be sort of told over the head how dumb it is to have an Ant-Man 5. Yeah. And then so they also talk about cancel culture in this movie. There's just the shrine of the Stab series at the cinema. It's like everything's kind of talking, like we're watching a movie, the shrine is at the cinema, and we're looking at Stab, which is actually Scream. It's just like a big tangled IP thing. And did you find this movie funny at all?
I don't think so. Not for me.
I found it funny in how ridiculous it was.
But I don't want to laugh like that sometimes. Like I want to laugh. I want to laugh because like it was intentionally funny, not because like I'm laughing at you.
Right.
But I think even that they're like, laugh at us. Laugh at how stupid we're doing right now.
I think they definitely were doing that.
But I mean, that's still the same thing to me. Like the still the end. Still the same
end goal
of laughter. Like
laughing
at them.
Uh-huh.
Even if you're aware, it's still kind of I don't know if cruel is the right word.
Would you rather have you'd rather have a movie that's intentionally funny through dialogue than a movie that's funny through actions committed on the characters?
Well, like Mad Men's funny, but it's because it's a funny situation.
And it's written fun, like smart.
Yeah, but this is funny because it's like you're laughing at this weird movie critic girl nerd
Yeah.
because she's like such a nerd and she's so like cringy. Like
Yes.
you're laughing at that. You're not laughing because like she tripped. Like I'd rather laugh at that.
Well, I laughed when like people get stabbed in the stomach and they're fine. You know, like, oh, I knew it was that person, oh, and they just got taken to the hospital and they're fine the next day.
But I think even that was like a lot of these they should have died. Like that any stab in there, like
The stab and then like the torque.
yeah, with the one the girlfriend of the movie girl. And
Yes.
they stabbed her and then he went like
Yeah.
like
He's
you're dead.
digging.
You should be dead instantly.
Right.
I feel, but then like she even got on that little ladder. Like I would want to see like the guts start to fly out.
Right.
I thought that's what they're gonna do. That would have been crazy.
Yeah. That ladder scene also was like another hilarious part for me because it's like it's such a ridiculous situation where like she has to escape that way and like knowing that she's gonna die, and then the two lovers are looking at each other and she's like, no, I'm so sorry, and I just couldn't help but laugh because they kind of know how dumb it is.
Yeah. I know. That's
It just doesn't make you laugh, right?
It just I don't like that style.
Yes.
Of like
Right.
acting very very dumb on purpose.
Right.
I mean, I do that, I guess.
Let me say another scene. The part where the boyfriend, the love interest, he gets stabbed.
Oh
But,
yeah,
like, the
and
two-
there's like looking.
But like he gets stabbed honestly like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Like 10,000 times. Like
Yeah.
duh, duh, duh. And he's like, it's okay, just go. And then he survives.
Yeah.
And he's like, how'd you survive that? And he's like, just
Yeah.
that is like they know what they're doing.
I know, but I don't like it.
Okay,
don't
that's
like
fine.
that.
I know. It's fine that you don't like that. And I think this leads me to like another idea. It's more a beef I have with Cocaine Bear, where it's like this is kind of what I wanted Cocaine Bear from Cocaine Bear. Just like increase the mayhem, and when you do that, it inherently makes it funny because it's so ridiculous.
Right.
But and also the multiple storylines. Like in
yeah.
Cocaine Bear, there's multiple storylines, but to me, it never really added up to anything. But this one, it did, and it worked. Also, this movie reminds me of Scooby-Doo because there's like a gang of people trying to solve kind of a mystery, and it's wacky. And they're like, "Oh, what's gonna happen next?" I'm like, "Oh, I want to watch Scooby-Doo. I want to watch Scooby-Doo the movie."
Get out of here.
I have some lines for you in the movie that I thought were hilarious. There's the scene in the beginning when there's like a killer and the killer's trying to kill the killer.
I actually got a little late to the theater.
Oh,
So
what'd you see?
I got to when that girl was on the phone and trying to find some guy
Okay.
in the alleyway.
Yeah.
That's
That's fine.
okay.
And you saw our boy,
Spider-Man's
what's his
Nemesis?
name? Yeah, what's his name?
Eddie Brock.
Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock?
I don't know.
Yeah. No, Light Thunder.
Oh, Flash.
Flash.
No.
No. Thompson.
Flash. Yeah.
We got it, guys. Flash Thompson is about to get killed, and he's like, "No, we got to finish the movie." And he says, "Who gives a fuck about movies?"
Scream 6.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, my favorite line, I don't have it correctly. I know I don't, but it's like it was hilarious when the detective finds his dead daughter, and he's like, "I gotta get revenge," and he's like, "You fuck with my family, you're dead." And I laughed out loud. I was like, "That's so stupid!" Like his face looked so dumb when he said that, and I knew they did it on purpose. The visual dynamic of the two sisters was so good because you have like Sam,
It's like 8 feet tall.
who's 8 feet tall, and you have the 2 foot tall Tara, you know?
Yeah.
And she's like, I'll protect you. And one's like a buff badass, and the other girl's like,
Hello.
it just, things like that kind of get lost
Mhm.
when you're watching something, but they shouldn't because it's an important thing when you pick your characters, you know? It's very good. Mexico is in the house though. They're both Mexican. And you know Flash Thompson, he's like Nicaraguan or something.
Ah.
I mean, he's south of the border.
Oh my god.
All right. So yeah, you came in a little bit late, but you caught the classic Scream opening sequence. So in every Scream, it opens with like a phone call, and like he's talking to the person talking is Ghostface, and they're talking to who's gonna be killed, and that happens in everyone. And I was rewatching the first one, like just bits of it, and it's usually a cameo appearance, where the cameo is like the first one was Drew Barrymore, and she was in the film for like 10 minutes.
Oh, and then
'Cause she gets killed.
Okay, yeah.
And that was like that's the classic Scream scene of
Right.
all time. So it's cool to see it in this one. And also it was a cool twist because like the killer gets killed. Spoilers. Sorry guys. This movie I think continues on the Cocaine Bear trajectory, plus what will be more of these kind of films like the Jennifer Lawrence movie.
I want to see that.
We talked about it last week.
Yeah.
But just like things are getting a little wackier,
A little raunchy.
little raunchy.
A little raunchy.
And my question to you is, because I feel like we're already there. Like I know that there's another movie coming out soon that is gonna be like kind of wacky. But in any case, my question to you is like, when is gonna? Because horror and horror and comedy are gonna always be the first ones to do newer things, right?
Okay.
Because they're easy to make and whatever. When are we gonna get the first big budget wacky movie, raunchy movie, weird movie? Is it gonna be by the end of this year or later?
What do you mean raunchy? Like a
Just
scary movie sort of vibe? Like that energy?
No. Like the energy of Cocaine Bear, the energy of like we're bringing back the 80s.
But like it's Oscars.
Or yeah, it's Oscars, or it's Marvel, or it's DC, or it's Star Wars, or it's IP. You sicko. God, got me there.
I don't know, Adrian.
Because odds are they're not gonna. Because they don't want to risk the money, right?
I think it's soon because budgets are getting smaller
Yeah.
while movies are still getting bigger.
Yep.
Example, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
How
Like,
dare you?
I thought that felt like it could be $100 million.
I think it did.
No, like budget.
Oh. Uh-huh.
Even though, like, looking at it, I know I only had like 2 or 3 sets. It was like just the office building, and then,
Right.
like, the laundry room. But
They sneaked it.
the way they changed, like, the scenery,
25 million budget, 100 box office.
yeah. And it's just like very smart filmmaking where you're like,
Yes.
you have moments in like,
Isolated.
yeah, like that rock scene, like that probably cost like $2 to film. But like it was like 5 minutes long and it took you to a different place, so it makes it feel like a huge expansive movie now.
Right.
And I think just being smart in that way, you can have like some $25 million budget and it'll be comedy horror and it'll get Oscars, it'll be raunchy, and
All the things.
it'll look like a big budget.
Cool. I could dig that. So this year then.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can see it.
This movie's on pace to make 150 million, I think.
Sheesh.
The last movie made like almost 200.
Sheesh.
What's next for the Scream franchise, do you think?
Another Scream.
That's true. I have an idea though. So the Sam character,
Mm.
she is the daughter of the first Scream killer, Ghostface killer.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout the movie, they allude to her having like PTSD, hallucinations of her dad, and having the urge to kill.
Mm-hmm. Was the Flash or the Vision, that was like the actor?
Yeah, that was the same actor from the first one.
I kind of thought
Just
it
like
was,
de-aged.
Oh, okay. He looked a little de-aged.
Yeah,
I was like, he looks a little plasticky or something.
Yeah, it looks a little doughy.
Yeah.
My pitch for these guys, if you guys want to steal it, go ahead. But you know where it came from. Sam becomes like an anti-hero.
Okay.
So she goes, she's in New York City. Something happens, right? Like someone's trying to attack her, or she sees like someone getting attacked.
She like John Wick?
She sees someone getting attacked, and then her dad, like in her head, like, I'll take over. And she's like, and he takes out the knife, and she just becomes, it's like Venom.
Oh.
She's like Venom.
What's I'm thinking of one where like they forget they're they're the killer, but they don't realize they are. I think there's a movie like that.
Is that Jekyll and Hyde almost?
Yes, something like that.
There's also The Mask. That was classic.
Maybe that. I think that's pretty close, but I think it's more like the detective is the killer, but he's like super into like finding out who it is.
Oh, is that Memento?
No,
Oh, I kind of forget.
but that's what I think. I would want to see that. But I mean, we already know she's the killer.
But then
She already
also
knows.
keep the meta-ness. And actually, like, look for more. Don't be so. Look for another meta topic.
You know what I want?
What?
I want them to just go crazy. I want Scream 7 to be like Scream. Don't touch me. Scream. I don't know, the Scream Avengers or something. And then they get like Freddy, Jason, Pinhead,
Yeah, yeah.
SpongeBob or whatever. And then it's like these people they're alive. They're coming and they're gonna kill people. We're the Screams. We're the stabbers.
We're the Screamettes.
We're the Screamettes. And then it's just like a legion of Scream people.
Oh!
Come here, Freddy.
Shing, shing.
Yeah.
So you're basically describing the plot of Freddy versus Jason. Because there's that movie that they made.
Yeah, but I want like all of it.
Okay, so like.
But like even newer one like Sinister, like Paranormal Activity. Like get all of it. All of it. And
Jigsaw.
Sure.
Who else?
I don't know.
There's a shooter.
The girl from Hereditary. That would be so funny.
Head off.
Yeah.
Okay, I like it.
And just do that and be like, we're just doing this sort of thing.
Well, there is also like, yeah, I guess you can get as crazy as like, just become a straight up B movie.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's like a Jason in space.
Like I want the Endgame scene where they're like coming out of the portals, but like all the horror people,
Shink.
but like
instead
also
of Wolverine, it's
like one side like thousands of screams, ghost faces.
yeah.
Other side, Jason, werewolf,
Okay.
etc., etc.
Frankenstein.
Yeah, like all the monsters, and they're like, and then midway it's like we got this, and it's like all the girl villains, and they're like, we got it now, and then,
Well, who's Thanos?
uh,
Who has like the ultimate power?
it'll be Thanos actually,
Oh God, no!
like another alternate multiverse timeline Thanos, where he's somehow the leader of the horror franchise.
Jesus Christ! I think you got something there.
But it's like, you don't think it's him at first. It's like the Jason mask, but it's like he's huge still.
Bulky.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it's not even like his size. It's like barely over. You could see like the purple. Like you'll never know who I am.
Thanos. We see you, Thanos.
It's not me.
No.
I'm Jason.
All right, Evan. I think we got ridiculous enough.
That's a humble movie that I would make.
That would cost a lot of money, though.
Eh.
Like all the licensing you have to.
I think
That's like That's like Ready Player One on steroids. Space Jam actually can almost try to do that.
I think it's possible. I think if you you get somebody who's good
That'd be
with,
such a bad movie.
you get like no, you get like a Don Draper type where like they can really talk to people and you convince them like we're just doing this for fun.
Right.
How about you? Let us use Jason, and you're gonna see him do the craziest stuff ever. It'll be so funny,
And your IP's gonna skyrocket.
Yes, that's how you get it.
Okay.
You can't just offer straight up money. You gotta woo them a bit.
Okay. Massage.
Yeah,
Not Don Draper though. You need Sterling.
yeah, both.
Yeah. No, Sterling is just like the woozer, and then you got the director who's like the
Yes.
artsy guy,
Yes,
and he's like, "Look, I do good work, and when I do work, people love it.
yeah.
America, damn it." Ivan, the New Yorker didn't review this movie, cowards, but I have an Atlantic review from my boy Dave Sim. He has a podcast called Blank Check. And he says, Scream 6 retains Bettinelli Olpin and Gillett, along with the screenwriters James Vanderbilt and Guy Busick, but it lacks the previous film's nimbleness in finding fresh angles on the horror world. The quick turnaround is partly to blame. Not enough has happened within the genre in the intervening year to really be commented on. He goes on, the directors remain gifted at set pieces, and Scream 6 has more than a few arresting moments. The opening sequence is one. A clever series of murders takes place across two adjacent apartment buildings and use spatial geography of cramped New York housing brilliantly. Blah, blah, blah. The Scream movies have thrived because they've always stayed one step ahead of the source material, but as the franchise gets more bloated, they risk becoming their own punchline.
Agree. He's a smart guy.
Yeah, you would like him. I should introduce you to him.
I hate him, actually.
The thing about his critique is interesting, too, because he watched Scream 5 and we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder, the way he's saying it, I'm wondering if I watched Scream 5, if I would like this movie as much. Because I think this movie is good, too, partly because of the meta-ness.
Yeah.
But he's saying that's kind of like old territory for what they've already talked about.
Yeah. Meta is out.
Here he goes. Hot take?
How's it?
And this movie is the best movie of the year for me so far. Because what else do we have? Like the closest ones are Magic Mike,
which is the best one,
and some other movie. But this movie was better than that movie. Creed 3.
We only have 3 movies?
We have Knock at the Cabin, Magic Mike, Ant-Man, Cocaine Bear, Creed 3.
I guess.
And to me, this movie was the most entertaining out of all of them.
Fine.
But for you, it isn't?
Nah.
It's not. It's there's Knock at the Cabin. Magic Mike is yours, right?
Yeah.
So out of 5 ghost face killers, how many ghost face killers is this?
I give it a 4.
I like that. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
I give it a 4.25.
Jesus Christ Almighty.
Ghost face killers.
Christ on
5.
a cracker.
Jesus Christ on a cracker. Ivan, what is the movie of next week? Shazam.
Is it?
Fury of Gods.
Okay.
Expectations?
Fun romp for all the ages.
What about for us?
We won't like it.
3.5?
I 7.5. I think it'll be fun. I think because the first one.
Never watched the first one. Should
I? No. First one was like it did what it was doing. Like it's definitely
sure did.
It was Shazam. Like
some might say Shazam.
Like it's not like remember Zilla?
Zilla?
Godzilla, yeah. But it was Zilla. I think they called it. Matthew Broderick, 2000, where it was like just a giant.
They didn't call it Zilla.
What was it?
Godzilla.
Okay, then that one.
Okay.
I don't know, but that one's like they did not pay attention to the source material at all. And it was
for that one they're like, let's make this the Hollywood version.
Yeah, and it was just a dinosaur.
Right.
But I'm just saying, Shazam looked, the creators of Shazam like got the comics, got the character, and then they have it. If you don't like it, it's just because you don't like the character Shazam.
Okay. So 3.75?
5.
3.5.
No, 5.
5 out of 5?
I haven't even watched it yet.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty low for me, so I have low expectations. Let's see if that holds up. Ivan, it's time for a section called
Things and such.
The Oscars.
Sweep.
You called it. Did you call it?
I said they should win.
The Oscars were held, and we have some reactions, Ivan. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once pretty much won everything it was in contention for. Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Actress, Best Screenplay. Best Screenplay, Best Original Screenplay, Best Editing, Best Picture, Best Director.
Nice. Not bad.
It's pretty much everything. The thing I don't one of the things I don't agree with. Actually, the only thing I don't agree with. I need to rewatch the movie.
That's what you don't agree with?
No.
Oh,
That's just me spurting out facts.
okay.
How does Jamie Lee Curtis win Best Supporting Actress for that role? Like that doesn't make any kind of sense.
She was good in it.
Yes.
Who else?
The other girl was in contention for that in that movie.
Daughter?
Yeah. Like she did way more.
But I think like it's Jamie Lee Curtis. Like I think it's also part of her legacy.
You just said it. You white. You're the problem, Ivan.
I'm not talking to you anymore.
Okay.
You can finish this on your own. I think.
But that's what it is. It's like it's Jamie Lee Curtis, guys. Come on.
Well, it's like, why did Fabelmans get nominated? It's Spielberg.
No, because everyone loved that movie.
Everyone loved her. It's just when she won, it's like,
Okay.
There's
I mean,
always like
it's a nit to pick. It's not like the worst thing, but
yeah.
But what do you think? Best director, best movie.
I think I agree with people who would say like, oh, a little bit too many awards. Like let's be real, but also like, what a nice movie to win so many awards.
Yes,
like
that's a good point.
Like you can't be mad at like, who's like Mr. Rogers getting like a trophy for lifetime achievement or whatever. Like, what about this person? Like, it's Mr. Rogers. Let him have it. He's a good person.
Like if the roles were reversed and Fabelmans won all of these, we'd be like, oh my God, cry me a river, right?
Yeah, like he's had his time. Let him make movies for fun. Give other people Oscars. If he makes Schindler's List too, then give him another Oscar, I guess.
Yeah, and best director. They won best. That's huge.
I think it's fair.
And like, so they beat Tar. They beat Todd Field. They beat Elvis, your boy Baz. They beat Fabelmans, obviously. The hard one for me was like Tar. Like, I wanted her to win something, but shut out.
Yeah, I think it was too snooty. And I think people would have got mad.
Too white.
A little bit.
Women Talking won best adapted screenplay.
Okay.
Best actor.
Elvis.
Was it?
Or Brendan?
No, Brendan Gleeson?
Fraser.
Oh, yes, The Whale. Do you respect him beating out Butler for?
Whoever won that, I would have been happy as long as it was one of those two.
I saw this hilarious thing on Reddit. Like, they just announced the sequel to The Whale. It's called The Killer Whale. It's a photo of Fraser when he's like going like this and he's crying, but he's holding like Photoshop 2 guns, and he's like, ah! I was cracking up laughing. Yeah, The Whale. Huh.
Good.
Ivan, in commemoration of everything, everywhere, all at once, I got you a little present. Open that gift. Is it there? Yeah, open that gift for you.
Last one kind of scared me.
This one's a little better. Have you used the last one, by the way?
No.
In any kind of facet?
It's still sitting in my room.
Careful with the mic.
It's a nice little shirt. Wait, what else is in here?
Don't trust me anymore.
Nice little shirt.
You like that one? It's pretty cool, huh?
It's cute. It's cute as heck, actually. And I like how it's raised.
Yeah. Good stuff. Everything, everywhere, all at once. Shout out to you. Moving on. Here, open this, actually. It's I think they're also known for, like, they have different cards in each one. And there's people that collect those. And there's rare ones and stuff like that. Look into it in your off time. Ivan, go ahead.
I'll get it later.
Tarantino. There's buzz around our boy Tarantino.
The movie critic.
He came.
Come
ready.
on.
You actually have internet connection at your house.
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do. The movie critic, Ivan. That's the movie that he's making most likely, and most likely it's about a movie critic.
What a final movie, if it is the final, like a movie about critics. That's crazy. Like, that's like the last.
But, okay. This one is more, I don't think it's like that, though. It's not about critics. It's about a critic.
Yeah, but I think
who he likes.
But then I think that's even like a commentary. Like, okay, this is how. If you're a critic, this is how you should be.
Yes.
And I think I could see him doing that.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's very Tarantino. Well, to like some preamble actually, or some background behind this too, is like he started the podcast Video Archives.
Mm-hmm.
Have you listened to any of it? Really good podcast, and he does it with his friend something Avery. I forgot. Sorry for forgetting your first
Lou
name.
Avery.
No, and they they watch old films.
Mm-hmm.
And it's usually 3 films that they discuss for like an hour each, or an hour and 45 minutes each. Really like critiquing it on a high level, and it's really good critiques. And they give you like background knowledge of different kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been kind of like building that side of his business, his content, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he just came out with a book called Cinema Speculation, which is like critiques on different kind of movies. And this one is like his final little to like this movie, the movie critic is like finishing out this whole thing that he's been working on. I think since even with like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because that movie in itself was about Hollywood and movies. Like all this research he's done to like be able to do this movie.
Right.
So that's interesting to me.
That'd be good.
It'd be good. I mean, one thing we could say about Tarantino movies is that
they're good.
They're good.
Yeah.
Ivan, have you heard about Citadel?
No.
It's the show that's going to come out on Amazon.
Familiar.
It's the most expensive show ever made, supposedly.
Oh my God.
I think it's actually second most to
Lord.
And it's made by your boys, the Russo Bros. They're they're like the bizarro version of the Afrasio Bros. Like they're the bad guys and we're the good guys.
Yeah.
Sorry.
For sure.
But they're making this show. It's been like a hellacious production where like a bunch of people left, stuff like that. $250 million to make this show. It's with Richard Madden from
Game of Thrones
and Priyanka Chopra from
Jonas Brother Wife.
The way you said that's like, oh, I don't want to do this. So good. Ivan, if this isn't good, that's the Gray Men. Like, they've been making duds. And this show, this 250 show for Amazon is shit. What's going to happen to the biggest film duo of all time?
I think they should have stayed as like action choreographers or something. Because I think that was like their skill with Captain America Winter Soldier. Like all the fighting was good. Like every fight scene felt like its own story and everything.
Gotcha.
And it shows like they have skill in like the choreography of that. But I think now it's like what's his face? Zack Snyder, like he's super good at visuals, but probably he shouldn't have a script or a director in like his resume or something.
Yeah.
Like, but if he like was just purely like the visual director, my God, like him with, I don't know.
Imagine him with like a script from Todd Field.
Tar person?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
Tar shot by Zack Snyder.
And it would be like,
I think it would be an Armageddon for some reason, but
just something.
yeah.
But I don't remember my point. But
Russo Bros suck.
yeah, basically that was my point.
Well, let's see. This show might save their career.
It's just too much.
I mean, they had enough, right?
Like, yeah, they had enough. But if Sopranos, Wire, Mad Men, all those, they didn't need $250 million to be the best shows of all time. Now they're just assuming money means quality.
Yeah, Gray Man. Let's see how much Gray Man costs. This is the great thing about having my computer now. It's like internet at the palm of my hands. Gray Man budget $200 million.
Jesus Christ on a cracker, Trudy.
The reception. Let's see. It's 46% on Rotten Tomatoes. Wow. Ivan, that's enough of that. James Gunn. He's gonna direct Superman. Are you excited about that?
Yeah,
Like that?
that's crazy. Like first, like from Suicide Squad, like the lowest of the low sort of comic book tier hero to Superman. You're insane. You're insane, James Gunny.
From Guardians.
Jimmy Gunn.
From Guardians to getting fired for.
Getting fired was probably like the best thing that ever happened to his career.
Yeah.
And like DC in general. Like
And then
life.
our boy Batista's like, if he goes, I'm gone. And they're like, fine, he's back.
That's all it took. Like they didn't even care. Like they just did it for fun to fire him.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I guess people care. We'll bring him back.
What a shit show. It's time for a section called What's on the Telly? You finished Last of Us?
Oh yeah, that was good.
It's good.
Yeah.
How's it compared to the game as far as the ending? Similar? Different?
I think it's just very different when you see it happen like in real life versus video game. Because video game, you're like, it's a video game.
But when he's murking 20 people.
And then with like that death stare in his eye, he's just like, psh.
You bird looking at me?
Pretty much. Like it was super similar to the game where you're like doing the same stuff, but just since it was real, it's so crazy to see like that snap in someone, and he was flowing like
John Wick-esque.
Yeah, but he's like no fear, just pure like focused. I see, shoot, dodge, wait. I hear him, dead.
Freaking Sherlock Holmes over here.
Pretty much.
33 degrees to the left.
It was good.
Verdict: squashed head.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
What do you think about it now? Because before you were like, I don't know, this show doesn't feel real.
no, it wasn't that.
I don't like
It was
like
just
a
like
female lead on the show.
no. I just
TBH.
didn't feel like it was amazing,
Uh-huh.
and I think it's like an 8 out of 10, almost a 9.
Mm-hmm. Still?
Yeah, I think the last couple episodes redeemed it. I think the second season probably will be. Well, there's gonna be 3 seasons.
Really?
Yeah, they're gonna make the second part 2 seasons.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. What do you think? Ellie doesn't believe him, right?
Nah,
Not for a second.
no.
And then she's gonna be like, "You lied to me," and he's gonna be like, "Well, I had to."
Yeah. What you gonna do?
What else have you watched?
I'm like side watching Mad Men, just like
Oh yeah, you told me that.
oh, it's playing. That's good. It's so like heartwarming. What a bowl of soup that show is.
No, it's more like a a wooden fire,
Oh,
like
toasty.
a log just toasting in the background,
Crackling.
crackling. Anything else other than that you're watching?
I'm probably gonna watch Breaking Bad soon.
Ah.
As someone who was like anti Breaking Bad for years, this is a growth.
So you never watched it? Oh,
So I saw on TikTok there's like a recommended way to watch the Breaking Bad universe. If you haven't started at all, besides like just watching Breaking Bad and
Right.
Better Call Saul, but like you could watch. They said watch Better Call Saul season 1 through 5. There's 6 seasons. Season 1 through 5. Watch Breaking Bad. Then you watch that one Jesse movie that went on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
And then you watch the end of Better Call Saul season 6. And that's like the most optimal.
Ooh, so you're ready.
Yeah. Like I accidentally happened upon like the greatest viewing experience of all time.
That's going to be fun.
But I have to start Breaking Bad.
Which is 5 seasons, right?
Yeah. And it kind of worked out because season 6 isn't on Netflix.
Right.
So I don't have to buy it. I could just spend my time watching other things while I wait. It'd be fun.
I need to watch. Well, you're giving me the desire to watch it now because I can watch Better Call the way you watched it.
Mm-hmm.
Hop on over to
Breaking
Bad, Jesse.
season 6.
Season 6.
It's good. Better Call Saul. It's up there.
Mandalorian.
I couldn't watch that. I'm not a Pedro Pascaler.
It's so weird because like here, watching him play Mando in this, it seems like off because he's like too nice.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you so nice?
Why are you so
You were just mean like an hour ago. Different show.
Acting.
Ivan, it's time for a section called Really Be Bussin'. I just have a couple things here.
We never talked about the Weekend live album. Did you listen?
No.
It's pretty good.
But it's just a live album.
Yeah, but you could hear the audience. Yeah. It adds to it, okay? He does it like he puts a little more emotion in parts and he changes it up. I think it's worth it. And then Mike Dean, he's like producing on it. So it's not actual like the beat of the song. It's like there's a guitar sometimes.
Right.
It's
There's some mix. There's things going on.
Yeah, it's a pretty much new album.
Okay. I'll
Worth
listen to it.
It's worth it.
Lil Uzi. I just find this hilarious right here.
Oh.
Lil Uzi. Pink Tape. Coming soon, right? Supposedly.
What's he doing?
He said he had to pick from over 600 songs to make this album. That's so crazy.
They can't be like then.
I know what you're thinking. I know what you're gonna say.
You know,
You're gonna say like 80 of them all sound alike.
I'm thinking 600 sound all alike, but I don't know.
Like the fact that means like none of them are good enough.
Yeah, like shouldn't you just make a song and be like, "Wow, that's something," and then like I'm saving that. I feel like he's just like, "Oh, that's a good beat. I'm a rap. Oh, that was a good song. Let me do another one."
Kind of related. I was listening to the interview on Apple Music with Bono and The Edge from U2. And they were talking about how like to find the song, basically to find the song, how much time you have to put into it to like find to make it work exactly the right way. And they were saying like sometimes you feel like you have it, but it's just almost there. And it hurts so much because like you need to tweak one thing, and if you just let it be, it kills you because you're just saying it's good enough, but you don't want it's good enough. You want perfection. And just it made me think of like Drake, but also like lately Drake hasn't been like that, but Drake, as far as like he probably was the one in the studio for like hundreds of hours trying to perfect an ad lib.
Yeah.
Whereas Uzi Vert's like,
Ship it.
Sounds
ship
good.
out. Yeah.
sounds good.
They're probably good, but they're not like they're
Amazing.
nothing.
Yeah,
Which is like
they won't last.
yeah, like which is sad. Shouldn't why don't you if you can, or maybe you can't. If you can, why don't you aim for something that lasts?
Kendrick too would be a guy that does.
Yeah.
Drake, he's going on tour, Ivan, with our boy 21 Savage.
21. Can you do some for me? That's all I know.
Okay. I want to go, but I'm broke.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I already went.
Yeah. If it was in San Diego, I'd be willing to be a little more broke.
Yeah.
But they hate us.
Yeah, they never come to SD.
Everyone hates us.
Your lip quivered when you did that. Yeah. It's cool though.
Yeah.
I like his little do you see like the post? I like how you pull my eyes, my fingers. He has like a little poster where it's like a photo of him when he was like in Degrassi, and each photo is like one of like
evolution?
his phases, yeah, to his like cornrows at the end. Like, oh, I like that.
Probably gonna be good.
That's what it takes, right? Just like you have to evolve. But I think lately his past evolutions
Did you
haven't.
see the interview with Yachty?
No.
It's good.
Is it?
Yeah. Because they talk like friends and they're like honest as much as they could be
Right.
honest.
Right.
It's funny to watch. You should watch it. It's worth it. He talks about like retirement and like
I heard
leaving
of
a
that.
legacy.
Yeah.
That's
He said he's like going towards that phase, right?
good. Yeah.
Whatever
There's
that
like
means.
the whole joke of like, I just left 35. Like, okay, so you're 36. Why don't you say that? You know,
Yeah.
that's good. Watch it.
Okay. Did you listen to his album?
Which
Lil Yachty's new album?
like some, but not really.
I just wonder if he's like doing the instrumentation. Because if he is, I respect him
Yeah.
1,000% more. But if he has a band doing that and he's just like adding vocals, then maybe I should look into it a little bit more.
I don't know.
I listened to it. I don't know why it took me so long. Beck, have you heard of him?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard any of his music? I listened to his like classic album Odelay.
Okay.
And it was amazing.
Hmm.
It's like a mix of hip hop, rock, like not rock, but like alternative,
Mm-hmm.
hip hop, alternative, and like folk music in a way. And it just felt so fresh.
Mm.
And that was released in 1998.
Hmm.
And it's just like there's so much music out there. Freaking Jesus.
Yeah. I don't think I'm a music guy. I don't think music's for me. I think I'm more like, cuz I think people have like pieces of art that they are drawn to, like genres of art. It could be like music,
Right.
paintings,
Paint,
or movie.
yeah.
I don't think I'm really a music guy. I'm like coming to terms with that.
Yeah, I mean, like you started late, and it's for a reason.
Relax.
It's for a reason.
Relax, okay?
Like your favorite band was Black Eyed Peas, so
I wanted that silence to last like 5 more seconds.
I couldn't hold it. Ivan, it's time for our new section called
That's a good section name.
"We Be Gaming," man. Give me a better name for that, please. I'm dying here.
Gamers.
That's horrible. Is it?
Yeah.
Gamers. Okay. Last one, I was saying I'm leaning PS5.
No.
Now it's like I heard rumors that they're making PS5 Pro. So it's like, Jesus Almighty! I don't want to spend $500.
You don't need a pro. You don't need a pro.
That's what they all say.
You don't need a pro.
But then it's like slimmer, can fit in my pocket.
Edible. Poopable.
I don't want PS5 Pro. What?
Because now it's just like the only improvements are
It'll be
higher-
quieter.
Oh, do you care about that? Weirdo. Higher frame rate for bigger games.
Need that.
And then more detailed like foliage, and then more like the distance you could see is bigger.
Need that.
But
And slimmer.
Need that. Tastier. Need that.
Want that?
Had that. Sold that.
Take that. Take that. Take that.
It's just like, and then with like, there's tricks going on with like the engine where like they do a lot of things to hide how hard it is to load up a world. Like before,
Like certain things are blurry in the background.
yeah, like
Right.
all those tricks, and they're pretty advanced now. Like a lot of it's just being lazy with like, instead of doing the work and trying to hide things that are taking up resources, they're like putting 100 gigabyte unfiltered,
Photorealistic.
no, not even that, like 100 gigabyte lossless audio of like the third gun from like World War V or something. Some stuff like
Right.
you should probably compress. Like people don't actually need
Right.
the lossless, and then that, and then the super detailed stuff. It's just being lazy, where they could put in a more. I don't think it's lazy, it's just time crunch actually.
Okay.
Put in the work to hide things and then make it more streamlined, so that way you don't need to get a freaking pro just to play a game.
So don't get the Pro?
I don't think so. Because you won't even notice. I can't even notice. I think a TV where you could, like, a really good TV is a better investment
That's
than
true.
a PS5 Pro.
Yeah. All that being said, it made me lean towards Switch.
So all that.
I'm like, I'm going back to Nintendo, baby.
My God.
I don't know. But then I started looking at, like, can I play GameCube games on the Switch? But they don't have that. So should I get
No.
a GameCube?
I got another. Listen.
What?
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 I don't know if you saw, but Nintendo's they're starting to release Game Boy Advance games.
I think so. Yeah.
But it's through, like, it's not they're not selling it. It's like a emulator app on
Switch
the,
Online, no?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like they have N64
Yes.
already.
Yep.
And now they're going to Advance.
Yep.
But they're not, like, they don't release all the games. Like, you can't play Pokemon.
Right.
And I know they're releasing more, but there's a lot of 64 games that still have not really come out.
And they won't.
Yeah. Because maybe in like 5 years they're going to remaster it and remake it or whatever. And it's just so annoying.
So what do you have to do? Here's where I come in. You buy the original console. You get all the original games. And you just have a console for everything that you need. Right? Isn't that better? It's a little more expensive, but...
I think...
Go, say it.
Well, they have a emulator,
That's what I was going to ask.
like, things that are modern.
Yes.
I think that's a better investment.
So get like the, whatever they're called, the ghosts
Yeah.
that can play like 5 different... They can play the PS1
Yeah.
and like Nintendo Switch games.
Yeah. Because, like, I thought about that, about getting the old console and then getting the old cartridge.
Right.
But then it's like, why don't I upgrade? Like, why do I care about the legacy of Nintendo if they don't even care?
The nostalgia.
Yeah.
So okay, so don't get the PS5. Don't get the Switch. Get a Ghost emulator.
You went from getting the PS5 Pro to getting, like, a Game Boy Advanced emulator.
Yeah. All right. Thanks. You really helped. Therapy session. Therapy games. That's the section.
Game therapy.
Because it's all me, like, talking about it,
therapy.
and I'm never gonna actually play.
Yeah.
Oh, good times, Ivan. Good times. Anything else for the party people? Games, movies, sports, life. Any life updates? Any music updates? Any movies updates?
No. No.
All right. We'll be back next week with Shazam! Fury of Gods. But until then, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.